everyone, I am Ben Contreras, and welcome to the brand new year of 2020. Now, in order to distract you all from the 10 millionth top 10 video of the decade that you probably see in your notification bar, I've decided to keep tradition with the channel and do a Christmas haul video where I show off all the Christmas presents that I got in the previous year. Now, I've been doing this for quite a while now, so let's just get right down to it. Now, I'm not really going to be doing these in any particular order. I just have them all right here in this little pile that I got right here, which I'm not quite exactly sure if you're able to see any of it yet. But let's just go ahead and get right down to it. Now, the first thing I want to go ahead and show off is this little guy right here. Of course, this is BB8, the new pretty much the new R2-D2 for the Star Wars sequel trilogy, which I still have not seen the Rise of Skywalker just yet. But you might all think that this is probably just this is just like a regular looking plush. But as you can see, not only is he actually able to turn his head around, but if you flip over to the bottom of him right here, you can actually see there are some wheels, and there's actually a on switch right here. This guy actually moves around and makes a bunch of noises on his own. And I would show it off to you, but it is not only really loud, but even after you try to switch it off, it takes a little while for him to stop moving. So yeah, we'll just keep him like that for now. Now, the second thing I would like to talk about is probably one of the more unique, I guess standout sort of items that I got here, which are these three things right here. These three books right here are actually novelizations of the first Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, and for some reason Resident Evil 0. These are all three of these are novelizations of their respective games, and I pretty much found out about these while I was in the Resident Evil phase after I had purchased the 360 version of the HD release of Resident Evil 0. I had a lot of fun playing that, and I've been really wanting to get into the other Resident Evil games, especially the more old school ones like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and all that stuff. The only other game that I played in the series is Resident Evil 6, which, quite the controversial entry in the series, even though I personally do like it. And they actually do have quite a number of other volumes, as you can see from back here. They have a couple other novelizations of the other games. So yeah, once I finally get started to actually read these things, I may as well pick up the rest of them. But yeah, that's definitely one of the more unique things that I've gotten before. I know I've gotten mangas and light novels and all that, but regular everyday books is not really something that you'd probably usually see me try and collect. Now, speaking of things that are usually on my Christmas list are video games. And in this year's case, I got two. One of them being Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360 because me and my mom have been watching a lot of gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 2 for the next-gen consoles, and this is a game that we've been wanting to get for a while because, back before we actually got our PS4, this would be the next best option, and I played through the first few minutes of it, and I think it is actually really fun. It's basically just Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West for those who haven't heard of it. And the more out there game that I got is right here, Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE for the Wii U. That is quite the mouthful of a title, but this game was created by the same company that created the Shin Megami Tensei series of RPGs, as well as the Persona games, which are probably most people are more familiar with. And it also has a bunch of different references and Easter eggs surrounding the Fire Emblem series by Nintendo, which is quite the odd sort of crossover to have, for two different game series. But I've played this for quite a while now, and it is actually pretty fun. It's basically just standard like RPG kind of mechanics, but with a couple Fire Emblem Easter eggs and a whole bunch of J-pop and all that. But yeah, this is a game that not many people are exactly familiar with. For those who have been trying to get who had never gotten a Wii U. But this game, I believe this game actually got a port for the Switch a while ago. So the game it does have its fan base, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's it for the games. For the figurine that I actually got, I actually didn't expect to actually get her. This is of course the one of the characters from the series My Hero Academia, which I actually did a video on the fighting game based on this series. Um, My Hero Wants Justice for the Nintendo Switch, and this is of course a pop figure of the character Tsuyu Asui, otherwise known by her hero name Froppy, which for a while was actually my favorite out of all the female characters in the series. She's just a funny character in terms of design and in terms of her overall character. I'm not exactly into the whole, pop figures sort of thing, but whenever there is a character, if there ever is a character that I would really like to see in this sort of form, characters like Sue or any other sort of anime characters that I'm into, I might consider picking them up. So, yeah, that was actually quite unexpected. And now we get to by far the most bizarre present that I got here, and it's one that I was definitely surprised at getting. This right here, from the back, looks like a generic new mousepad, but once you actually turn it over, you can definitely see why this is possibly one of the more bizarre Christmas presents that I got. For those of you who don't know, which I'm guessing the majority of you, this is the character Super Sonico, and I believe the anime she comes from is actually has the exact same name. I've never actually seen her anime before, but I do have seen her character design before, because I believe she was actually quite an infamous sort of character in the anime community for a little while. But there are definitely a whole ton of these type of bizarre style of mouse pads for both female and even male characters. But it does its job well. It's comfortable whenever you're using it as an actual mouse pad. So yeah, that was despite how how interesting it is, I am still happy to have gotten it. And of course, it wouldn't be a Christmas haul for me without getting some sort of Gunpla model kit, and in which case I got this guy right here. This is the high grade Gundam. However you pronounce that name, Rebake Full City, which is one of the worst names for a Gundam you could possibly think of, from the series Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, which I never actually got to finish, so I don't ever actually remember seeing this guy in the series, but as you can no doubt tell, he has definitely quite the unique design compared to the other Gundams in that show. And if you can see right here in the corner of the box, you can actually see the Gundam Barbados right there in the corner. So, yeah, a side Gundam is taking the spotlight to the actual main Gundam in the series. I just thought that was actually kind of funny. And I had already built this guy, as you can no doubt tell. I guess I had already cut up the rest of the box except for the front of it. I actually still have pretty much all of the front boxes from the other Gundam models that I got, which I've actually gotten quite a few since then. and I definitely want to make a video, a more in-depth video about all the model kits that I have, and the sort of plans that I have for each of them in terms of like customization and all that. But yeah, that was my entire Christmas haul video. Overall, I think this is definitely one of my personal favorites that I've gotten so far, in terms of when I actually started making all of these videos. And you know, I definitely got my my time worked out for me with a majority of these things. After all, I got 2 extraordinarily lengthy games and 3 whole books, which, you know, considering the fact that I'm one of the slowest readers in the entire world, I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of these 3. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little Christmas haul video, and I hope you all enjoyed this new video of the Jasper Cat Productions channel for the new year of 2020, and thank you all for, I don't usually do this often, but thank you all for subscribing and liking and, you know, enjoying my videos throughout the, you know, the last couple of years. And here's to, you know, an entire year of, you know, new ideas, new videos, and, you know, just overall having a lot of fun with the channel. And until next time, I am Ben Contreras, and bye. Oh yeah, for those of you who want to actually see this guy actually do what he has to do, it would probably be best if I actually use a solid surface. So let's go ahead and just move the camera right here, and when you switch it on, he's gonna immediately start making noises. And I just hit his off switch, by the way. So yeah, that's what he does.